Timer settings is one that you need to be familiar with because these come in very handy, especially these match time timers here over on this particular channel. But I'm going to go to another group, and I'm going to grab a thermocouple behind here, and I'm going to trip an alarm back on that reactor 3 page, and this recorder will actually, well, let me start a recording session first. Let me start a recording session. Let me acknowledge that. So, you know, also you can go in here and you can change these alarms on the fly now. We never used to be able to do that, but now we can change these alarm points on the fly. So I'm going to go in and change this particular alarm point. I'll clear that alarm, and I'm going to start a recording session now. Okay. So I've got an active recording session go. I can see that because I've got a green icon with kind of a heartbeat arrow up here at the top. If I didn't have a recording session, then that wouldn't be active. It wouldn't be green. So I've got an active recording session here, and I'm going to go to another group, and I'm actually going to trip an alarm on that first group, and did you see that? How it came back to that group that was in the alarm condition, and it also wrote a message down here. It wrote a pre-programmed message. It says high temp alarm on channel 1 of the GX. Because what I had done is gone in here under the message settings. I'd gone, we went over that already, but I'd gone down here into the event action settings, and I told it every time I saw internal switch number 1, I wanted to write a message, and I wanted to write message number 1. Now where I set that up at was I went into the alarm trip point for channel 1, and I told it that every time it sees an alarm point higher than 98, I want to trip internal switch number 1. So I want you to get real comfortable with these event action, these logic boxes, because you can do quite a bit with these. What a lot of people will wind up doing is they'll go in here and they'll set up maybe a match time timer, and they'll say, you know, every time I see match time timer number 1 run at midnight, I want to save that display data or save the event data. So it'll close that data file off at midnight. It gives you nice, clean 24-hour files, okay? So that's just one thing you can do with the event action. There's a lot of different things you can do there. But I want to get down to the communications on this recorder, because Ethernet networking is a real important part of this product line. These recorders are fairly generic. They'll live anywhere you want them to live. They're just nodes on the network. They've got their own assignable IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. They actually will support DHCP if you want them to.